Katie with Farm Home Supply, and I'm here with Leon today. He is the store manager of our Quincy location. And with Chick Days going on right now, we just wanted to kind of get you guys some helpful tips on how to bring your new friends home and get you guys started on the right track.
Yes, folks, make sure you study and research poultry raising before you get into this project. But folks, it's a fun thing to get into with your family. But stop by your local farm and home. We'll help you gather all the necessary things you do need to make your brooder kit.
Okay, so what are the initial supplies and cost of getting started with chicks, and how does that change as they get older?
Well, of course, getting initially started is probably going to be under $100. You know, you'll have to go ahead and get a small brooder. We're using a tote here. We've got a heat lamp, of course, a bulb, the feeders and the waters. We also sell the pine shavings, and of course, the nutrition feed that you're going to need to get your young birds started. Probably after they get older, then you're going to have to get a larger coop to actually keep your birds in. 2 cubic foot is what they recommend per bird. Of course, those costs if you decide to build it on your own, or we come into our store and get a nice pre-built kit. Those will vary in price, of course. And of course, all the necessary waters and everything, your local store should have those available, because you'll need larger waters and feeders as you go along.
What are the first steps someone should take upon bringing their new chicks home?
Well, you definitely want to have your brooder ready to go. You want to already have your heat lamp on. Again, trying to keep the birds warm is very, very important. You should start out by keeping your birds at about 95 degrees. So you want to get that all set up. You bring your new birds home. Of course, you want to start giving them some electrolytes in their watering for the first hour before you actually start putting them on their chick starter.
So when it comes to the heat lamp, what are some tips you have to make sure that you are using it effectively?
Again, starting out with the new chicks, you're going to want your temperature to be about 95 degrees in here. But if your chicks are actually getting away from the light and not laying underneath the light, that means they're getting too warm, so you might want to lift your light up a little bit. If they're actually huddled together, that means they're actually getting too cold, so you'll want to drop your light in a little bit deeper into the brooder. So you just got to kind of play with that a little bit. There is definitely suggestions on a sheet that we can hand you here at the store level. And then every week you would actually want to keep lifting your light. The goal is to actually keep dropping the temperatures weekly by about 5 degrees. And about the 6th week, right before you're ready to take them out, you should be at about 70 degrees in your coop.
So when you get your chicks, how do you know when they are ready and old enough to move to an outdoor coop?
Well, typically you need to keep your birds indoors with a heat lamp, probably 5 to 6 weeks before you can actually move them out to the elements. The goal is to keep changing the temperature of the light by 5 degrees until it hangs out to about 70. And then you want your outdoor temperatures to be about 70 degrees consistently before you actually move your birds out into the elements of the outdoors.
If I have a family of 4, about how many chicks should I plan to buy?
Well, actually, for a family of 4, you should have between 4 to 6 chicks, and that should supply your family quite well with eggs.
Okay, and then how many eggs should I expect per week, and about what age do they typically start laying?
Well, actually, you'll probably get an egg per day for the first couple of years of the hen's life. Of course, a normal hen will live to be about 8 years old. And in order to actually get fresh eggs like these that I have in my hand, it takes about 5 or 6 months for the chicken to mature. A little bit different on a few breeds, but 5 to 6 months, general rule of thumb.
So do you have any advice you'd like to share for someone considering getting chicks for the first time?
Well, if you're getting chicks for the first time and this is a new adventure for you and your family, I definitely recommend highly that you do some research and make sure you have the proper knowledge for caring for the birds before you bring them to your home.
We just wanted to share with you guys the journey our chicks go through before they get to our store and the care they receive once they do arrive to our store.
So actually what happens here, folks, we have our heat lamps on, all ready to go, have our bays all warmed up. The chicks are shipped to us. When they're shipped to us, of course, they're divided out into the tanks. We actually start by giving them vitamins in their water for the first hour so they get plenty of liquid in their system before we actually start getting them the nutrition that they need of the chick starter feed. Then we're hopes that you come into the store and get all the necessary supplies to set up your brooder for your home and get it ready to go before you actually come in and make your selection of the poultry.